Okay, welcome everybody. Today is our second Maintain, Don't Gain workshop. I hope that everyone is doing well so far in the challenge. I know a few of you just joined this week, which is great. Be sure to get a weight this week, whether it's on your own or through your wellness champion. And today we have our nurse, Gail Diedrich, to talk about managing health for the holidays. So I'm going to let her get started.
All right. Well, thank you, Carly. And good morning, everyone. So my name is Gail Diedrich, and I'm and the nurse liaison for United Healthcare. I work with the members at the school district. And today we are going to talk about managing your health for the holidays. Um, I can't believe it's December. The year just basically flew by so fast. So moving into slide 2, today I will provide you with some tips and tricks to help you avoid that 1 pound weight gain. So during this presentation, I will review how you can lead a healthier life during the holiday season. Specifically, we will cover like some survival tips for managing health conditions, coping with holiday stress, knowing your family's health history, and also coping with some tough economic times and keeping your holiday cheer, which I know this year is probably hard to do for most. Um, so let's just get started. So moving into slide 3, let's start with a quiz question, true or false. The average American gains 5 pounds over the holiday season. Does anyone seems to think this is true or false?
Getting a lot of truths.
Yeah, a lot of
Lot of
truths.
truths. Wow, lot of truths. Okay,
All
well,
truths.
all truths. So
Spoke too soon. A couple of falses.
okay, so it is false. In reality, the actual average weight gain during the holiday season is closer to 1 pound. Yep, just 1 pound. Sounds like no big deal, right? But if you don't lose that pound after the holiday season ends, then the annual 1 pound of weight gain can snowball, right? So moving into slide 4. So it's the start of the holiday season, which is also known as the time of year when healthy habits slide off track and your waistbands get tighter, right? So the truth is, people do tend to abandon healthy habits during the holidays and winter. That is the truth. The cold weather that keeps you inside and makes you feel sluggish, or the parade of the whole holiday parties. Who wants to, stick to a diet or even go to the gym, right? So while many people who indulge just a little too much during the holiday seasons are able to refocus in January, others never regain the fitness, around what they have lost or drop. They just continue to gain and gain and gain, but it doesn't have to be this way, right? So if you're committed to maintaining your healthy goals, there are some simple strategies that can help you move in the right to move help you move in the right direction through the holidays and just throughout the year. So moving into slide 5. So, how can you avoid gaining the pound this holiday season? Well, I have some survival tips for you. First, the biggest thing is to plan ahead. That is the ideal plan that will actually get you through the holidays. You have to plan ahead. So, visualize what you will do at the event or party before you arrive, right? So, this may help you stick to a plan. Some ideas have have no more than one alcoholic beverage, and then drink some either mineral water or some sparkling water or club soda. Pick out one favorite dessert and have a small piece. You don't have to eat the entire dessert, just have a small piece. Focus on enjoying good conversation, not on the eating. The second thing is don't starve yourself. So before an occasion involving food, eat a piece of fruit or a yogurt or other light snack before you go. This may help to curb your hunger so you don't binge when you're there. So in if the event is in the evening, make sure to have like a healthy breakfast and lunch. All right. Do not skip meals because you're going to a holiday party or um, you're going to celebrate with friends for the holidays. Always make sure that you eat your meals, your breakfast, have your lunch if it's in the evening, and vice versa. Do not skip meals. Third, bring your own. Offer to bring an appetizer such as either fresh veggies or like a low fat dip, or ask to bring a healthy dish to serve at the main meal, right? This way, you're assured that there'll be something safe that you can eat. Next, buddy up, right? So make a goal with a friend to maintain your weight during the holiday season, which is why we're having this program, right? That way, you're accountable to someone other than yourself. So, next, you're going to limit your leftovers. I know we focus on the leftovers and you want to take it home, but make your home a safe haven. Send your guests home with high calorie leftovers. So, if you entertain and you have leftovers, share, give it away. Um, there are enough temptations outside of the house, and there's no need to make your home a difficult place to maintain control. So share and give it away. Moving into slide 6, you're going to make smart substitutions, right? So make holiday favorite dishes healthier. Cut the sugar by 1/3 in the recipe. Use trans fat free margarine instead of lard or butter. Use 1% of skim milk instead of whole milk or cream. Small substitutions can maintain your flavor but reduce the calories and fat in that dish. Plus, it will also help with your cholesterol and help maintain your a healthy heart. Choose beverages wisely, limit alcohol, which is high in calories. Liquor is very high in calories and it's empty calories. Sweet wines and mixed drinks contain 150 to 450 calories per glass. Okay, so choose water instead or choose seltzer. If you're looking for a kick, you can also infuse water with seasonal fruit lemon, or you can dip cinnamon, or even try a hot or green tea with honey. 8, you can maintain your perspective, right? So a single day of overeating won't make or break your eating plan. It takes days of overeating to gain weight. So if you overindulge at the holiday meal, put it behind you. Return to your usual eating plan the next day and leave your guilt behind. Don't be so hard on yourself. Give yourself some credit. Okay, it's the holidays. We should always celebrate, right? Celebrate the true meaning of the holiday. Try to give food less importance by focusing on what the holidays are really about. Spending time with family, spending time with friends to increase the quality of time without focusing on food for hours. Um, Bring a family game. And finally, exercise. Yep, can't leave the exercise out, right? Sign up for a 5K, a fitness walk, a work challenge, or other fitness event. Or simple, walk around your block. Okay, find things in the home to do, do some gardening. This will motivate you to focus on exercise and keep your body moving. A great way to prevent holiday weight gain. Check your doctor before increasing your activity, though. You definitely don't want to cause any injuries or strain on your muscles. Moving into slide 7. So, in addition to holiday eating, stress can be a reason some of us overindulge, right? While the holiday season can be a time of joy, it can also be a hectic and stressful time. The crowds at the mall, back to back parties, being a host, and even just more and more joy and people celebrating can make you feel down. To cope with the stress, you need to prepare yourself in the following ways. First, you're going to create like a game plan, spend a little time upfront getting organized, make a list of what you need to buy, try to shop ahead of time before things are picked over, and then you're under pressure to buy those high caloric or just buy things that aren't healthy or just not good for you. If you're cooking, plan your meal. Think whether some items should be prepared ahead, and you can even freeze them or refrigerate them early, right? Next, accept reality. Guests may arrive late. Your mother may get on your nerves. Um, the turkey may be dry. Real life isn't a holiday special. Don't expect perfect decorations or a perfect meal or perfect people. Try to go with the flow and remember it's the holidays. Enjoy what you have. Enjoy time with family and friends and beware of unhealthy stress relievers. Holiday stress causes some people to fall into bad habits such as smoking, drinking, or eating too much. So think about any unhealthy habits you have and during the holidays and plan for better ways to handle your stress. Create new traditions. Um, stressed out. Just don't get stressed out over the festivities. Try something different. Instead of cooking a huge meal on your own, make it a potluck. Ask adults to bring gag gifts, or just have a white elephant, or use books exchange. Attend a local holiday concert. Walk the neighborhood to look at holiday lights, or just go and smell the roses, ride a bike, make time for your health in the holiday rush. Don't let your well-being fall by the wayside. That's what the point I'm trying to get to. Try to stay on your normal sleep schedule and get regular exercise. If you can't find like a 30-minute chunk of time to exercise, break it up into 3 10-minute sessions. Spread it throughout the day. And definitely you want to watch your caffeine, okay, and your alcohol. Caffeine can raise your stress and it also interferes with sleep. And remember, alcoholic drinks contains lots of calories, and drinking too much may make you feel depressed instead of just feeling happy and enjoying that time with your family. So drink plenty of water, herb tea, or seltzer. So let's move into slide 8. One of the stressors I discussed was money. So while budgeting can be a way to reduce your stress, there are other ways to cope with like tough economic times and the spending spree of the holidays, right? So have a plan that can include a budget, or you could find a way to even make more money. Pick up an extra hour at work, get an extra seasonal job. There are plenty of for help signs that are up and seasonal jobs that are available, or clean out your basement or your garage or sell unwanted items, whatever you choose. Having a plan helps us feel that we have some control over our lives and that we're empowered, right? Tone it down. You can still get a tree, but you don't have to buy the biggest one off the lot. Okay, so size down. Similarly, it's best to prepare down the gift list to just a few meaningful ones rather than risk going into debt, because in January, then you're faced with the debts and then your stress level goes up, right? So come up with outside the box gift ideas. Whether money's tight or not, is good. It's a good idea to have non-monetary gifts that demonstrate your love by offering your time and energy. Ideas for home good gifts include maybe a craft that you did, maybe knit a hat or homemade birdhouse. You could also bake cookies. You can bake pies, healthy pies. There are plenty of healthy pie recipes that are out there. Or you could even involve your children and have them create like a scrapbook calendar for their grandparents, right? So be honest. Don't try to hide your financial problems from your kids and pretend to carry on as usual. See the silver lining. It sounds corny, but it's so important to frame the situation in ways um, of what you have rather than what you don't have. Moving into slide 9. So, some caution advice for those with long term illness, such as heart disease, diabetes, and some respiratory conditions. The holidays are fast approaching, right? With and with cheers and relaxations. But when you're chronically ill, the holidays can take on an entirely different meaning. Additional stress, dietary changes, weather changes, and all of these things are just being away from the home or your normal routine can all exacerbate or trigger your illness symptoms. And given the pandemic, holidays will likely continue to look different, right? So the stress may also look like it may look different for most, or if you're chronically ill, or if you have a loved one that's ill. So listen to your body. The biggest way you can practice self care during the holidays is to listen to your body. I tell people that all the time. People ask me, is this normal? Should I feel this way? Do you think, something is wrong? Listen to your body. Your body's telling you to take a break. Take a break, even if it means skipping out on like a family tournament or a family event or movie watching. If you can help it, getting off track just isn't worth it. It's going to cause you pain. It's going to cause you discomfort. So listening to your body can be tough when there is like a flurry of activity around you, right? But you know your body best, and you're the only person who can really advocate for it. So take a bath or a walk or get some extra sleep, or if it means that you just have to practice some mindfulness, just take 5 minutes for yourself or 10 minutes for yourself and go in a dark room, whatever you need, please do not feel guilty. Listen to your body and take care of you, because pre existing medical conditions such as cardiovascular disease, diabetes, and chronic respiratory conditions it has the potential to complicate your holidays, right? So most people travel. So during the holidays, people travel, they have these pre-existing conditions, and when they have these pre-existing conditions, it is crucial to communicate with your provider. It is crucial that you plan ahead. It is crucial that you know, like, the weather changes, your dietary changes, know the menu that you're going to be around. So you have to pre plan, right, your travel. It is essential that you do that, because you need to make sure that you have your medications. You need to make sure that you have accommodations. You need to make sure that you have, if there's an emergency, where are you going to go seek help? Make sure that there's a hospital. Make sure that there is a convenience care clinic close by, some place where they can actively manage your condition. So it's good to plan ahead. So moving into slide 10, we're going to take a look at heart disease. So when you have heart disease during the holidays, some general recommendations and approaches for the holidays, especially if you're traveling, is make sure that you conduct a full pre-travel clinical assessment of fitness to travel. It is very important. Altitude can affect your heart, so carry multiple and detailed copies of like your medical record, including your current. Make sure that you have your something that has like your current diagnosis, your past medical history, any allergies, a list of all the medication, and a copy of your recent ECG or EKG, and details of your physician, right? So if there's an emergency, they can contact your physician and get like a background or history um, of your medical records. So carry extra quantities of medication and keep them in two different pieces of luggages. So you can carry your regular medication in your regular luggage if you're traveling for the holidays, and also make sure that you keep some at least a week supply or a couple days supply in your hand luggage. So make sure you carry extra quantities of medication. Choose a travel insurance policy that covers your pre-existing cardiac condition with emergency evacuation should you need it, right? Carry your pacemaker. Carry a card with a copy of the ECG that you have. Um, Arrange with like maybe an airline company in advance for a low salt diet, gate transportation, in-flight medical oxygen, wheelchair, and special seats. All these things you need to do prior to traveling or preparing for the holidays if you have these pre-existing conditions. Make sure that you have, make sure you check the locations and your travel for cardiac centers for your final destination where you're going, right? Wear below the knee flight socks for, if you're doing that long haul travel. Monitor your fluid intake and avoid over dehydration. Make sure you get up if you're flying or even if you're driving or traveling. Make sure that you make multiple stops. Make sure that you get up, you walk, you take breaks. Um, Apply sun protection. If you definitely need it, and particularly if the make sure that you have this medication and meter own. Speak to your physician about it if you're not familiar with it. But that is one medication that you need to have should you have any cardiac issues. Moving into slide 11, we're going to talk about diabetes. Diabetes is primarily a self-managed disease, right? So however you're going to travel for the holidays, you need to be unique. You need to make sure that you prepare. Need to make sure that you know the time zones. Make sure that, because it affects your medication. If you're on insulin, there is definitely a difference in time zone. You need to be aware of that. You need to be aware of the weather. You need to be aware of diet. You need to be aware of the living conditions that you're going to be in. Approximately 15% of travelers with insulin-related diabetes stated that their choice of travel destination was affected by their use of insulin, right? Particularly in terms of make sure you avoid like long trips. And that's why it's very important to make sure that you keep your medications or some medications with you at all times. Food options for diabetics, make sure that you have accommodations. If you're counting carbs, make sure that you have or choose places where it will accommodate your diet. Carry healthy snacks at all times to prevent or even treat episodes of hypoglycemia. Your flight might be delayed. You might have a breakdown on the road, or your train might be late, or your family might be delayed picking you up. Always make sure that you carry extra snacks and carry extra supplies of all drugs, glucose and ketone monitoring equipment. Carry a medical letter or identity card with details of your condition, your medications, and your contact number in case there is an emergency. Carry simple carbohydrates, um, and those are good to prevent hypoglycemia. Always make sure that you check your blood glucose frequently, particularly if there's like a significant change in physical activity. Maybe you're going to walk more for the holidays. You're going to move more. You're traveling from house to house, or you might be going on a vacation with family. So your physical activity might change, your diet might change, your sleep might change. So be mindful of that. If you're a diabetic, avoid exposing blood glucose and insulin devices to extreme temperatures. They should be kept at a certain temperature. Make sure you wear good shoes and inspect your feet and avoid, certain uncomfortable footwear, and just make sure that you take care of yourself. Make sure that when you carry your insulin, you have sufficient insulin supply to cover the entire trip. Keep your insulin stored properly. Insulin pens can be stored at room temperature. Keep your insulin in accessible locations at all times. And make sure you do your dose adjustments and corrections um, while you're monitoring your blood glucose. And insulin pump users should carry short-acting and basal insulin pens in case of emergencies. And if you're on oral anti-diabetic medications, no dose adjustment is needed during travel for like non-insulin glucose lowering drugs, right? So if you are on like the PO, which is by mouth meds, like your sulfonylureas, you need to have those at least with meals, right? So make sure that you have those snacks so you prevent hypoglycemia. Speak to your physician, talk to your doctor, speak to your nurse before traveling and making these plans. Same, moving into slide 12, same with asthma and your respiratory conditions. If you are asthmatic, always make sure that you carry your nebulizer. Make sure that you are vaccinated, right? Make sure you get your flu shot. Make sure you get your pneumonia vaccine. Make sure you get your COVID vaccine. Make sure you know how to do, or your family knows how to do chest physiotherapy exercises. Should go on long journeys and you need that. Make sure if you have obstructive sleep apnea, make sure you have your CPAP machine, your CPAP device. It should be operable, and just make sure that all your supplies and power that you need to operate it, make sure that it works, right? So moving into slide 13, just want to wrap it up quickly. So the holidays is for your families, right? It's for your families, for your friends. It's get-togethers, and that can be a very stressful time of year for families, for extended families. So having everyone in one spot allows you the opportunity to talk, right? So um, various family members will be there. Learn your family history, ask questions. Did your great uncle suffer from diabetes? Does your grandmother have high cholesterol? This is an opportunity to learn and gain information from your family of their history and their medical history, which in turn will help you manage yours. So take this time with your family to ask questions and learn. Talk to your grandparents and great grandparents and make notes about what they tell you about their health, right? And their immediate family, the parents, the siblings, the children, and make sure you record names, birth dates, year of death, and any health problems experienced by these people. Ask your older relatives if any of their siblings died during their childhood, and if so, why. This type of information can be valuable. It's a good conversation to have that you can carry over with your physician. You should also ask about health issues such as cancer, such as heart disease, diabetes, mental health disorders, and some other common conditions. So the best way to glean this type of information is to speak individually with each older relative. And once you have your family health history, share it with your doctor in order to determine if you need to undergo evaluation for certain conditions. Moving into slide 14, we do have on United Healthcare, myUHC.com many resources that is out there to help support you. Moving into slide 15, I'd just like to review a summary of the key points that we discussed today. So just wanted to make sure that you avoid the holiday weight gain by taking control. Manage your holiday stress, avoid going into debt. Homemade gifts are often more meaningful than going into Macy's or those high-end stores and buying these unmeaningful gifts. They're nice, but make your homemade gifts. They're more enjoyable and meaningful. Remember to savor the time with people you love. Okay, that's the meaning of the holidays. And slide 16, I just want to take this opportunity to wish everyone happy holidays. Remember to take time to find joy. Thank you.
Thank you
I'll
so
hand.
much, Gail. Great tips. Are there any questions? Let's take a look at the chat box.
Susan asked about a form on UHC
Mhm.
that can be downloaded and print to write out
Your
family
health
health
history?
history.
Yeah. Is she, is she asking if there is a form?
Is there a form?
So I'm I'm not sure what is on your site if there is a form. I know that on the if you Google it, there are several forms out there. If you want me to send one to you, I can actually send one to you that I use with Nova Nordics. Actually sent it to me, and I share it with members. Um, it's very simple. You can also go online and you can request many of the drug companies, and many companies will actually share those cards with you for free that you can request. You can also download it on the web. I'm not sure, I'm not 100% sure if there's one on your site for United Healthcare, but I can send you one. I can share one with Carly and Charlotte, and they can send it out to the group if you need or if you want, if you wish. I
Yeah.
can do that now.
That sounds great. Thank you.
Yep. Any other questions? So,
Okay.
Okay.
so if you have an allergy bracelet, don't forget to wear your allergy bracelet too. If you had a med bracelet, don't forget to wear your med bracelet during the holidays too. It's very important.
All right. Fantastic. Thank you so much, Gail.
Yep.
We will be able to post this, and we will do a raffle for these workshops if you were in attendance. So take a look on Monday, and we'll have that information posted in next week's email. All right. Thank you all so much for attending.
Thank you.